quick video on the Dancing Dervish character that I made this league. Now, the Dancing Dervish is a unique two-handed sword that gives you Rampage. Upon reaching Rampage, it gives you an animated minion, and it disables both of your weapon slots when you do that. So I want to just quickly kind of give you a demonstration of what it's like. I am running Facebreaker Cyclone, which is kind of the natural thing that I think anybody would go for when they look at this item, because you are losing your weapons. And so Facebreaker is an option, Doriani's Fist is an option. But you can notice that I have to clean up after him. Even if he goes up ahead against a pack, I have to come back. He has to either go back and do it 3 times, or I have to kind of clean up after him. And it's okay. My weapon is disabled, you see here. Now, you might initially look at the fact that you're losing both of your weapon slots, and you might think, oh, damage-wise, that's going to be crappy. Well, that's not the case, because Facebreakers completely takes care of all of that. A Facebreaker build performs very well in this game. The thing that you're losing out on is the immense utility that comes from being able to have your weapon slots, and movement skills immediately come to mind. You lose shield charge, you lose whirling blades, you lose leap slam, everything that's good. Now, normally a Facebreaker character is just able to shield charge between packs, spin, shield charge, spin, shield charge, spin. If you're a two-handed Cyclone class, you're leap slamming between packs and then spinning. It's just kind of the way that the skill works. When you're going to take away both of the weapon slots, the movement skills that you're limited to are stuff like Phase Run and Smoke Mine, which I tried, not really worth it. Flame Dash, maybe, but it sucks. Or you can try to do what I did and just try to stack as much movement speed as possible, use Val Haste. I have an animated Guardian with Victario's Boots, and I'm using Bronze Lithy to try to just make myself as fast as possible to where maybe I didn't really notice the fact that I didn't have a movement skill. And I did. It's just the trade-off just isn't there. And that's what I wanted to talk about, is I wanted to talk about risk versus reward in this game. Now, there are items in this game that, take things away from you, but they give you something amazing in return. The Calm's Roots, Calm's Heart comes immediately to mind. We're going to take away 4 to 6 of your sockets, but we're going to give you a lot of flat life. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to build around that. Maybe I am using a skill that is in a pseudo 5-link helm or something. I mean, there are ways to build around that. And so when the game says, not only are we going to take away your 6 sockets because you're going to need to scale this minion, otherwise it's shit, we're going to take away both of your weapon slots as well. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, wow, this minion's going to be incredible. This minion is going to clear the entire screen, and it's going to set off fireworks, and it's going to drop exalts, it's going to deliver pizza. This thing is going to be amazing. And as you saw in the demonstration, it's not really that amazing. And I'm going a little far to try to scale it. So I'm a Berserker. LOL Berserker makes anything good. I have, minion damage, multi-strike, ruthless, minion speed, and faster attacks. Because if minion speed and faster attacks aren't in there, it's too slow and it can't keep up with me. And I'm wearing a Baron helmet. It makes it kind of okay. If I didn't have the Baron helmet, and if I didn't have the supporting sockets in the sword, it wouldn't do anything. It would be completely useless. Now, that begs the question is, what kind of class should be using this item? And the only thing that I can really think of is you're a summoner, or you're some sort of strength stacking Baron class. It would be a weird, either another summoner again, or if you're a champion or a guardian or something weird. But, you're gonna go to a summoner who's already the most socket-starved class in the game and say, hey, can we take away both your weapon slots and give you this kind of shitty minion that you need to devote sockets and resources and effort towards? And every summoner in the game is going to tell you to fuck off, because No, it's not worth it. It's not better than a Raised Spectre setup. It's not better than zombies. It's not better than SRS. And it's not better than losing weapon and shield. You know, should you run this instead of a Scourge Claw? Should you run this instead of, you know, Severed in Sleep, United in Dream? Should you run this instead of Victario's Charity Shield and Necromantic Aegis? No, there's no reason. And, you know, even when you think about, like, me as the Cyclone build right here, if I wanted to be an actual Cyclone build, I would be using, you know, Nagamu's Flame, the Xeria Axe, Starforge, or, you know, if I wanted to be Face Breakers, then I would be using some sort of beefy shield, and I would be moving through packs. I would be at full power on bosses as well. It just doesn't really make sense. For this item to be worth it, if it didn't disable your weapon slots, maybe. If I was able to leap slam between packs and spin, maybe it's worth it. And if I'm getting, you know, the damage and the speed and everything, maybe it's worth it. Maybe there's some sort of a build that can make this work. Even if you didn't disable both these weapon slots, I don't think this item is overpowered at all. I don't think that there's some sort of a balance issue. I don't think that we'll ever see a Dancing Dervish meta if this item didn't disable both your weapon slots. And, you know, the Dervish itself, if it just existed kind of like in an animated Guardian type state, that might be better. I don't know if there's some sort of, like, you know, flame golem killing shaper type of a thing. Like, it probably like just needs to have some sort of a health and some sort of a cooldown on itself, because single target with this feels really bad. Not only are you losing your rampage, but you're losing the dervish itself. And so if you're playing with this item, and if it is some sort of a source of damage for you, you need to have a backup plan. You need to have something on a weapon slot, because if you don't have rampage on a boss, which is most of the time, you don't have this. Like, it's just like, whatever, figure it out. And so in this case, I just have a shield on my weapon slot, and then I just turn into a normal kind of face breaker character, which is just better in the long run. So, confusing item, you know, fun item. It has flavor. It's unique. You know, partying with people are like, whoa, what's going on? That's interesting, but it sucks. It's just not. It sucks, and it's confusing. It's confusing. Even if you read the manifesto about it, it's confusing. And I feel real bad because there's this guy on the forums that has made like 6 to 7 different Dancing Dervish builds, and nobody responds to them. And I needed to do this just for him, to know that there's somebody out there that appreciates the fact that he is insane in building around this item. And who knows, maybe a few patches from now it will be decent, it'll be playable, but for now, avoid it at all costs. And watch the forums for that guy. I'll put a link to some of his builds in the description of this video. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this guy into something better. And if you like this type of content, let me know. I haven't really made a video like this before, so hope this helps somebody, hope this entertained somebody, hope this prevents somebody from wasting 2 or 3 days making a dervish build like I did. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.